Hi, welcome back to the Quiet Zone. I'm your host today, Susan Patang. Let's start the slideshow right away. Stop pulling your hair out. Your boss won't buy you a wig. So we've all been there. We've all had one of these in our lives. The boss who's a jerk. They might be super demanding, expecting you to drop everything whenever they want you to, even on the weekend. All right, that's really super annoying. They might criticize everything you do, but then be super unclear about what they want, or they may change their minds every 5 seconds. They may also expect you to run around like a lunatic and never need the bathroom. God forbid you should stop to pee. And they also may not understand why you can't do the work of four people in the time that it takes to change a roll of paper towels in the kitchen. What can we do about it? Well, here are some techniques that you can use right away to keep your head from exploding. And the first one is to stay calm. And I know that's a big ask, but getting angry, upset, frustrated, and irritated isn't going to help anything. Do a 30-second meditation if you have to. And that's just where you pick up any object off your desk. I'm picking up a pen and observe it closely. What is it for? What color is it? What's it made of? How does it feel in your hands? Just for 30 seconds, focus on that object. Okay. What that does is it stops the spiral of angry thoughts that's going on in your mind, and that'll help to keep you calm. And we're also going to talk about another calming exercise in a moment. Remember, it's all about your tone. Okay. So you could tell your boss to go jump in the lake, but if you do it nicely, they'll never understand that that's what you just told them. So the second part of this is to put yourself in her or his shoes. Okay. So why is your boss acting this way? And don't say it's because they're crazy. Okay. They might have their boss breathing down their neck. They might have had a fight with their spouse or their partner, or maybe they have a kid that's driving them crazy. Have some compassion. And having that compassion doesn't excuse bad behavior. Okay. But what it does do is it helps us understand why somebody is behaving the way they're behaving. And it diffuses our hostility and helps us to stay calm. It's easier to say, well, think what feels better to say, like, oh, they're just such a jerk, what a bitch, or what a jerk, or whatever. And instead of saying that, saying, wow, it must really suck to be him or her. That's got to really stink to have this going on in their life. You know, how horrible must that be? Think about that. So the next step is to use reflective listening, okay? And that's just where you say things like, it sounds like you want, or it looks like you need, or I'm hearing that. That way you can make instructions super crystal clear. You know exactly what it is they want. And if you can get it in writing, that's even better. Repeat back what the boss says to you for clarity and say, all right, do I have that right? This is what you want. If they're being vague or unclear, you can also offer them choices. Well, I could do it this way or this way or this way. Which of these do you prefer? What do you want me to focus on? Okay. Um, that way it puts it on their lap, not on you. Okay. And always be solution oriented, willing to compromise. What is the problem? Identify what the problem is, and different ways that you can solve it. A lot of times the boss doesn't want to hear random complaints. They just want to hear how you plan on fixing it. So be willing to compromise if they say you can't do it the way you want to do it, but definitely be solution oriented. And there are always going to be times when we are going to have to set a limit. And that's what the XYZ statement is for. So an XYZ statement is just when you feel X, I feel Y, and I'd like Z. So here's an example. When you expect me to do all this work before I leave, I get frustrated because it's too much for the time that I have left. I'd like to split it up with someone. Can I ask Jerry for help? See how we threw in a solution there? Okay. So when you expect me to do all this work, it makes me frustrated, X and Y. When you do X, I feel Y. So I'd like to split it up with someone else. I'd like Z. Can I ask Jerry for help? Okay. So this is just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to handling conflict. Um, at home or at the office. So have you ever wondered if there's a better way to get along with everyone in your life? Maybe you come home from your mother-in-law's and cry for 2 hours because all she does is criticize everything you do. Or you constantly battle with your spouse over chores, the kids, money, and you ask yourself, how can we work out this stuff without fighting all the time? Every time there's a family gathering, nosy Aunt Rosie wants to know when you're getting married for the millionth time or having another kid. We all have one of them, bless their hearts, but how do you shut them down without hurting their feelings? Okay. So if these situations sound familiar to you, it's time for you to take my power session called How to Handle Conflict Without Stress and Anxiety. That way you'll know how to deal with the nasty boss and still stay sane and still keep your job. So you'll figure out the best way to communicate and be heard. You'll learn how to negotiate through conflict and also how to diffuse criticism and nosy people. So after just one 45-minute session, you'll be able to handle your mother-in-law without starting a family war and also to communicate with your partner without fighting. You'll get some control back in your life. And a lot of times that that sense of a lack of control contributes greatly to our stress levels, doesn't it? So I'll be teaching you the 6 rules of communication, how to ask for what you want and how to set limits without being bitchy, all in under an hour. So here's how it works. You will get a video lesson, a written cheat sheet with tips and tricks that you can start using right away. And you'll also get a link to schedule your one-on-one Zoom session with me. So what we'll do is we'll take all that information that you learned in your video lesson and your cheat sheet, and we'll show you how to apply that to your own unique situation. I have to give you some disclosure though, there are only a few openings every week for this service. So please do not wait. It's all of this for $97. You can't beat it. Go to www.thequietzonecoaching.com/shop. That's where it is in the shop. I will walk you through how to manage all this conflict and stress that you may be having in your life. And another thing is that this power session, since it's just a one-off, it's only $97. You can try on what it feels like to have a coaching session and to work with a coach without making a big commitment of time and money. So I really do look forward to seeing you on www.thequietzonecoaching.com, where we're going to talk about more ways to handle conflict without stress and anxiety. I hope this was really useful to you. I hope you're having a wonderful day too. Talk to you soon. Bye.